Thank you. Hot at y'all's house, sisters.
Depends on where you were at, inside or outside.
Inside is nice.
Wouldn't bought me one of them big porticos yesterday afternoon for the barn. Pretty good.
Oh, those are nice.
God, they are nice.
Oh, they are. They are.
We got ours. Industrial homes last year.
They said it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does your dog get it?
Oh,
we
just
have
the-
one at the yard.
I was trying to change my.
Oh, we don't have any minutes on there.
When you
Wait, yeah, we do.
I just did.
When you click on
Page
the-
72.
Just scroll down.
when you click on the URL,
That's the vice in it.
See,
I don't
they
know.
said you could do this one, but I ain't found out. It didn't.
Just take this line off and.
Actually,
Oh,
Click on office
it's on
suite.
nice in there.
Mhm.
And there's the.
chunk it out to the.
You click on that office suite. and click on it.
This should be a short meeting. This should be long.
Yeah, it's
Go
just
to-
real good.
Oh.
When you go to the minutes. And it's because it's a Word document, and we'll change that next time.
Just different. You want to
but
get
when you-
something weird.
Click on it, it should say, pop up with a box that says open in.
Yeah, I saw the open it, but then it didn't open the
Go
thing.
that, click on the office suite, and then you can close that.
And then it's on.
And then-
Yeah.
And then
I
you've got it.
Okay.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Lord. We just ask you to be with the county as they go through the decisions they have to make today, Lord. Be with everybody and keep everybody safe and sound. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
And I just realized I didn't put it up on the screen today.
We did.
Trying to get some things done.
We all did well.
I all did well. Okay. At this time, any person with business before the court not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the court. No formal action can be taken at this time on these items at this meeting. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. Okay. Presentation and discussion of department head, committee, and board reports. We all able to get into them and look at them and
Mhm.
any thoughts or questions or anything on those?
JP's revenues is coming up.
Yeah.
Good for some, bad for others.
This is true.
You're paying.
All right, court to discuss, consider take action be taken on the following. Approval of previous court minutes. How they look at those.
I didn't see anything wrong.
He
Good note.
Make the motion, we approve court minutes.
So,
All in favor? All right, in-precinct project schedule and staff.
we're gonna try to start block line Tuesday again. It doesn't rain.
Okay, it only rains on weekends.
Oh, no, I know.
To let y'all know, we've got a 8,000 gallon tank out there. We do keep some oil in it at times. But if you have some left over during chip seal, rather than send it back and being paid for that,
Mhm.
you can actually put it in the tank out there and just we'll
Okay.
take a picture of where the gauge is. And
Okay.
then we'll, if we use it, we'll reimburse yours or whatever.
How big a tank you said it was?
It's 8,000.
You've got a pretty good electric bill, we probably need to.
Ooh.
Pulling out of it.
Yeah.
You got a big electric bill. Sure. It's all county money.
Anything else? All right, I'm gonna mention this Red Verbena campaign. City of Snyder in March of 1920 made that the official flower for Snyder. They're trying to bring that back, and this is through the historic Scurry County. They're trying to bring this back. Both the Snyder Nursery and the school nursery both sell them, if anybody's interested, and we're gonna end up having some on this corner of the courthouse. So, I think the city made a proclamation. last week.
Yeah, the mayor signed a proclamation. I think I couldn't get factual because they did it before the meeting, so I wasn't able to be there. But I think she named May Red Verbena Month for Snyder, I believe. But I can't.
I knew they'd done something, I couldn't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's that. All right, new business, accept donations to county entities, senior center got donations. You can see those on the 400, I'm sorry. $17.99 and $425 is the amount of total donations.
Make the motion, we approve of donation to senior citizens center.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Order to approve online education for county commissioners. Doug, I'll let you talk to this.
So the county commissioners have to approve this to be able to get credit, CE hours for any of our training if we do it online. She said once we approve this, it's good from now on, so you don't have to go back through every year and do it. Instead of going to out of town to get some of these, you can do them virtually and you get credit to approve this.
Judge, I'll make the motion, we approve of online education for county commissioners.
Second.
All in favor? As you can see with these iPads, we can put the documents in. These iPads are old enough that the pen that comes with the iPads doesn't work on these. But in the future, what we're gonna have, if it's approved later, is where I can just sign that document on there. It's done. So, just so you know, we're gonna have to do some paper signing today. Okay, options for fleet management software. So I've been looking at different fleet management, or trying to look at fleet management software. It's so we know what we have, what the maintenance is, what the maintenance cost is, and we can track that and kind of lay out a plan of what vehicles are going to be replaced in what year. Most of our fleet is 10 to 15 years old, and they are all about to come up all at the same time to be replaced, or they're failing, and we're going to have a major issue if we don't do something. So anytime you go to these fleet management software programs, they ask for your information. I haven't done that. I've got other things that I'm working on. So what I'm asking is if someone is willing to take the lead on this and see if they can start finding a fleet management software for us, or look into it. Or if you have any other ideas.
I'll look into it.
I appreciate that. And I just sent out this morning, the list, again, that I sent out last year. It's updated. Please look over that and fill in the information. That way we are prepared if we do end up getting a fleet software management, but at least we're further ahead than when we have been. Okay, all right, thank you, Terry.
That's probably the best way, so you don't get slapped with a big bill.
Exactly.
we're fixing to.
I'm already getting that.
Okay, request for proposal for mechanical service agreement from certain county facilities and timeline. So Todd, has spoken to a couple of companies, and this is for, the mechanical here at the courthouse and at the annex. And I didn't provide the, two quotes that we got because, if we get into an agreement and it's more than a year, if the agreement is more than a year, we go over that 50,000 and we're gonna have to ask for a proposal. So I wanted to kind of see where the court stands before I provide those to you, if you want to go out for RFPs. I'm gonna let Todd talk to this for just a minute as far as the mechanical and the issues he's had with getting somebody to look at.
Yeah, when it comes to trying to get someone to service our AC, there's two things working against me. And one of them is the local guys don't like to work on the chiller and boiler systems. And the other thing is, my feeling is that they don't want to compromise their loyalty to homeowners and small businesses. So with a service agreement, we pretty much alleviate that problem. The company that they're working for, or the business that they're working for, gets priority service, kind of like the hospital. They need that because of their patients. They need that priority service. And so, that's how I'm justifying going this route, because I've had trouble. Even Sheriff Wilson has expressed his frustrations about getting someone over there in a timely manner. It's not that they don't want to, but they've got other priorities as well. So, but for me,
Mostly those with service agreements are their priorities? Is it
no, I'm just talking about the local businesses.
Okay.
The local AC businesses, they don't, they can't be there when we want them and need them necessarily, because they've got so many other places to go. So, with criminal justice court system and all this other stuff going on, it's kind of important to have somebody on hand. And I would think the same with the jail as well. They've got their housing inmates and they've got to have somebody. So, but I'm not going to speak for them. I'll just speak for myself and say, boiler and chiller system, they don't like to work on those. And that's what we have here, both here and at the annex. And then, just having that timely response is a good thing. So I've gotten 2 bids, one for about 31, the other for about 36,000. So
Whereabouts are they located, Tom?
one of them's out of Abilene, the other's out of Lubbock.
And so that's something we want to look at. We want to get requests for proposals for the mechanical services agreement, because if you do it for 1 year, it's under the 50. But if you do it for multiple years, you're going to end up over 50. And one of them did have a 3-year plan laid out, and that plan goes up each year, it looked like to me. So
Yeah, there was a certain condition in there. I'm not
Right.
sure what that was.
and they just gave for the annex and the courthouse, but we have lots of facilities. Do we want to look at just, if we do RFPs, do we want to just look at those two? Do we want to look at including law enforcement center? Do we want to include any of the other buildings? So,
Well, I would think you'd want to include all the other buildings.
Mhm.
Because they've all got chillers, correct?
Well, no, Most of them are just AC.
Yeah, even law enforcement is all just split systems over there.
Right.
But
they have, how many split systems do they have on there?
10, 12.
20 in the
Is it
20s,
more?
23 or something like that.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, I
There's
think
a lot.
we'll go out for bids for all county entities. That has AC or chillers. Because even if it's a regular AC, such as a law enforcement center, you're still gonna have the same trouble, aren't you, Todd?
I don't have as much trouble with our smaller county buildings. I usually get pretty good response for them.
Okay,
Even the senior center, we're just replacing, they're all 15 plus years old. And we're just replacing them as, as time goes on, trying not to do it all at once, but haven't had any trouble with that. That's been pretty good.
so it's
But
the armory and the courthouse is the trouble. The chillers,
the annex,
And extra.
annex in the courthouse, yeah.
One thing you just said though, they're 15 years old. How many of our facilities are that old with,
They're all,
so, and the average lifespan is of a unit is how long? Do you know?
for commercial use,
Mhm.
and that's what they've been telling me for the senior center, it's, 10, 15 years is about the max that you're gonna get. And then the repair bills start to go up.
So kind of like our fleet. The same boat on that. So, okay. Thank you, Todd.
What do those contracts not cover? Or did they cover?
Pretty much covered everything. And now if it was some call out pricing though for, they come and they maintain everything, but if you call out, then it's an additional cost.
So they come out every 2 weeks, once a month?
Quarterly, they come out and just do some preventive maintenance, and then annually, they do the comprehensive. They just go through and descale inside the boiler and things like that.
I assume they checked all of these units for refrigerant as well?
Yeah, we would foot the bill if you had a refrigerant leak. You'd have to put the bill for the refrigerant itself.
They would do the repair?
Yes, they do the repair on all moving parts. I don't know if a new unit would be included. I don't think it would.
Probably not, no, but I think that,
More or less, we're paying for the parts and they're furnishing the labor.
No, it's parts and labor. As long as it's a moving part, they replace the part too.
So basically, this is like a preventative maintenance thing.
correct.
Yes.
And if it breaks, then you're gonna get charged labor in the parts.
Yeah, so if something goes, well, I wouldn't even say that, if you call them to serve, to come and handle a problem that you have, that you're gonna get charged for that either. The way I read the contract, you don't get charged for that.
Okay.
Uh,
I think if they were here and it was low on, they would check the refrigerant. If it was low, they would charge it and then probably charge us for the free one. I'm assuming, but that's something we would have to get into the details on the RFP.
Sure. I know, I was just visiting with one of these HVAC guys, and they said that they're about to change refrigerants. And if you think that what we have now is high, said that the EPA has decided that it's worse than the R-22A, so they're gonna, what we have that they changed to is supposed to be so much better for the
Right.
environment, you know? So
Right.
now this is $54 a pound.
Yeah.
What we had was maybe $8 a pound, and now this other, the newest stuff is gonna be much more expensive.
Of course.
Can you imagine the trouble that they're gonna have in the first few years of bringing those new units out? So if we could get new units, of course, I don't know that they'll let you continue to use it or
I
not.
don't know.
I don't either. It's crazy.
Maybe they'll grandfather.
Just swamp cooler. It's like,
So do you want to do RFPs for service agreements, or mechanical service agreements? And if so, do you want to do it for all facilities? Or just certain facilities?
where the locals can actually take care of it, like Todd's saying, yes, the regular units that they're using, like at the health unit. Now, the sheriff's office is a totally different animal, because they've got so many, they're always going out.
Yeah.
They're always fighting them.
Mhm.
And I talked to them quite a bit about that, but, you know, the library, the health unit, the armory, those things, they're not that big of a deal. And because the more you add in, exponentially it's gonna go.
Right.
Well, I would think anything we could use locals on, we should.
I agree.
Let them do the chillers and the boilers.
Yeah.
The local people do the rest.
So just, which ones do you want?
Courthouse and annex and the sheriff's office sounds good to me.
Sure.
What about the, just throwing this out there, the armory?
Armory's pretty well, not any bigger deal than the rest of them.
Okay.
Those are newer, I guess some of the newest units that we have.
Looking at dates for a return on this, we have the 18th of June, the 2nd of July. And I'm thinking give them a little time on this, because it took, what, 3 months to get one in? Something like that?
The bid,
Yeah. The quote on that one.
it wasn't quite that long.
Not quite that long, okay. So June 18th, July 2nd, or July 16th? Which day would you like to get them back?
Sounds like July 16th.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
So who's making the motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
So a motion to go to RFPs for the courthouse annex.
And open them on July 16th?
Yes, ma'am. Due by the 15th is a Monday, the 12th is a Friday. If we're gonna open them on the 16th, we want them due by the 16th at 10 a.m. We'll go with that.
Due by July 16th, 10 a.m.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you. All right, EMS interlocal agreement with Borden County. You want to talk to that, Jason?
Judge, Commissioners, Borden County has reached out to us to help provide emergency medical services for Borden County in the event that they can't. Borden County EMS is no longer a 501c3, and the county has essentially getting agreements with other ambulance services to hook us that I know of. I'm not sure if Garza or Lamesa or Howard County is participating. But they did draft a interlocal agreement per the government code. Mike has vetted it and looked through it. It's a pretty safe agreement between both parties, and it does include us charging them and the patient for the services that we provide. And that includes no transports. So even if we go over there to Borden County or Gale or in that area and we don't transport, we will bill the county for those services, at least 1 hour. So I think it's a win-win for our neighboring county as well as us, and to help provide the services when we can. And the agreement states that we must have the resources in order to do that. It's a safe one. I agree with it. So,
We gotta
any questions?
do what we can, because did you go over there now?
Well, we've been going over there for years.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've been going over there for years and helping it out. We just haven't recouped any funds for it because we've been under a mutual aid agreement through, with Borden County MS. And since Borden County MS is no more, we decided to enter into a interlocal agreement with the county. And so to help provide some resources. But again, the county is surrounded by, 4 or 5 counties that do help provide, Howard to the south, Lamesa to the west, or their east. And Garza kind of helps out a little bit here and there. The major support, from what I'm understanding, is coming from Tahoka with Medical Arts Hospital, or that's Lamesa. Lynn County EMS coming in from the northwest, and then us coming in from the east. So that's those 2 ambulance services, us and Lynn County EMS, I know. And there's supposed to be some sort of clinic that Lynn County Hospital is assisting with in Borden County, and they're supposed to be providing the main assistance to that area. So we'll see.
you would actually be back up.
The way it's kind of forming, yes,
Okay,
but we're not going to enter into an agreement like Lynn County is going to do.
right,
We'll lose money that way.
right.
So
Then to make a motion to approve the emergency medical service and local agreement with Borden County.
All in favor? Okay. Yeah, thank you.
and you want me to sign that or you to sign it?
You probably better be something from the court.
Okay, well, then we need to change.
Okay.
Get them to change the heading.
Okay. All right, I can change.
You have the copy of it, right?
Yes, sir. All right, authorizing county judge to negotiate, discuss and consider authorizing county judge to negotiate and enter into contract with construction manager at risk for RFP number 2024-001-EMS for construction of the emergency management services facility project based on the evaluation committee's ranking proposals. Jeff, you want to talk to this at all, since you're on the committee as well? And Jason, either one?
Jason, you can start. Sounds good. I mean, we discussed this yesterday, and we kind of come to a conclusion, or kind of what we're thinking, and what we've seen, what Hoprex has done and what Butler and Coolin has done.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so you got anything? I mean, it's,
So the committee met a couple days ago, and we both proposals were very well put together. They were, I think, very comparison. They pretty much were pretty equal in what they would provide and what they don't provide. We also talked with our consultant in detail about both of them, and Mike was present as well. And so we were able to ask a lot of different questions and things that we're not aware of in there. And so we got a pretty good in-depth study of the costs associated with both. The proposed cost with Butler and Coolin was very specific, and the Oprex was pretty broad, which kind of scared us a little bit on their 8% proposal on both the different lines, where the other company was very specific. We felt that there was a little bit more time spent into that proposal. The initial cost associated with that was just OPEX, I think, was under just a tad on the initial cost, but it was kind of vague, with the 8%, so we're kind of a little shy on that one. Our consultant basically kind of clarified some of those, answered our questions that we had for that. And
Thank you.
I don't know what else you want me to provide.
Okay. And for your own information, both companies are here represented today. So if you have any questions for either Butler Cohen or, pronounce that for me, Oprex or Oprex?
Operators.
Oprex. There are any questions for either company? I think, what the committee was gonna recommend was to go with the Butler Cohen, based on what Jason was just letting you know. So, any thoughts, any questions, any?
So Butler Cohen?
Sir.
Will y'all have someone on site that is making sure that the work is progressing in the order it should?
Yes, sir. On all our sites, we have a superintendent. I'm actually at the Ward County Sheriff's Office right now. So we've got 2 people there, probably 2 more out here.
And if it isn't progressing as it should, what are the fixes for that?
We'll send people out from our head office. We're setting up shop full-time out here. Our vice president is relocating to Midland very shortly. So we'll have a lot more resources in the area. We do have a big project going in Martin County. So if we fall behind schedule, do what we gotta do to get it built on time. And this is EMS, it's like a school, it's gotta be done. It's not just a shopping center.
Yes.
So we take that very seriously.
And so if you go past the date that I assume you proposed in your proposal here, that you're gonna have it finished by a certain date, is there some kind of payment to the county for every day that you're over?
I can't answer as far as liquidated damages. I haven't read in depth too much, but if that's something outlined in the contract, yes, sir.
That would be something that would be negotiated.
I mean, whenever they built the jail, there was one company that says, well, we'll pay you this much if we go over. The other company said you can charge us as much as you want to because we'll be done prior to the due date. They were done 6 months early. And it was because someone was there, and that's a block building, that was making sure that, because they knew how many blocks there were and how many blocks a day that had to be laid in order for them to finish at the right time. And so anybody that wasn't holding up their end of it, they got somebody that could do it. And they did. They finished 6 months early. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, I don't want to take too much of your time. We do a thing called full plan, and of course we have our schedule, our baseline schedule, P6. We have our own scheduler that makes sure everything's going, is this wing built? Is the framing, is the concrete in, underground? And then from there, it's kind of like this big board with sticky notes, and every subcontractor comes up there, and you try and just find any little gaps you can to consolidate and improve on that schedule.
Good. Okay, so these guys, even Sodalco, they faced torrential rains here after they began construction. And I thought, oh no, you're never gonna make it. But what they did, they somehow decided to pour all of the skirting, all of the cement around. And then while it was muddy, they could still build. And so those kind of ideas are very prudent in getting construction done in a favorable amount of time. It never rains here, but it did then. It was wet for a month.
In Ward County, when it rains, it's dry in a couple hours. But, we figure rain into our schedule. In Houston, we have hurricanes and, sometimes that'll kind of blow the schedule, but we work around those things.
Sounds good.
Well, I would say let him get with the higher ups and see exactly what would happen if they do go over.
Yeah, that's gonna be part of the negotiations
Right.
in the contract, yeah. And so, that's what, our attorney Tiffany Leal would also work up as well. So with them.
When you get the contract, is the committee going to not approve it, but say, okay, this is acceptable, and you bring it back to court and we approve it? Or,
Well, this would be authorizing you today to negotiate and enter into a contract with them. So it would be, this would be deciding today to enter into a contract with Butler Cohen with all of those pieces in place. And there is one that we're gonna look at, that's already pretty much, well, it's Ward County. I'm gonna talk to that county judge and see what they have in place. And this is off of our county attorney's suggestion as well. That look at that. That way there's not gonna be a whole lot different as far as, unless there's no, which I'm sure there is, liquidated damages.
but that'll be included in our contract,
Correct,
Commissioner's Court discretion
correct.
to be first.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I'll bring it back to the court to approve it.
Make a motion, well, county judge to negotiate the contract, enter into a contract for the construction at risk manager.
With Butler Cohen.
Yes.
Second, all in favor? All right. Well, appreciate it. Thank you all for coming and bidding. We weren't sure how many we could get, but we appreciate getting to both of you. Yes, sir.
Can we get, is there a way we can get those numbers from information?
Sure.
There was a scoring page there in the bid invite, so I'm curious as to how we ended up on the scores.
Let me get back to you with that. Okay. I'll email it to you. All right, thank you. All right, discuss and consider agenda software agreement with Town Cloud. So there are, well, first of all, what do you think of this setup
Pretty neat.
instead of paper?
We're on the camera, I'm not gonna say that. It's
I'll quote you on that one.
What I want to know is what Cynthia thinks.
I'll tell you, Cynthia loved it.
Well, great.
She absolutely loved not having to print out so many different items. She can scan it, attach it, and it save, oh gosh, it'd probably save 2 to 3 hours at least, doing it this way. Now, it took a little longer to put it together the first time because we had to build it, but she'll be able to put it together in an hour instead of 3 to 4 hours each week, or each agenda. So, there's still some things we will learn about it. There's one report in here that's not a PDF. We'll look at getting that changed. We'll get all documents as PDFs if we go forward, and get one iPad that you can use the pen, and all of us would be able to sign the documents on here instead of a paper document. And then the nice thing is that when the minutes are due, or when we're sitting here in court, Melody can work on the minutes as we're going, type them in right then.
So I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a way to add notes to like as you're going? Like I normally take notes as y'all are going. I know Melody does, but I also take mine because there's things that I need to know.
Sure.
Is there a way to have that access to do that, or not?
I'm gonna
And
do it
then
with my laptop. I'm gonna,
instead of the iPad.
instead of the iPad, I'll have my laptop, so that, cause
So
I
you can
can't,
open up
I can
your-
type faster on my
Yeah.
laptop.
That's
And
what
then-
I would have thought. that's
Will
what I grabbed a
this
piece of paper.
document or this what, you know, how we clicked on the link to go into it, will that link be on the website for public?
Yes, ma'am. So, basically, he showed us one where, someone had, a county had gone from the way we were doing it to this way. And it basically said, as of this date, we have switched over. Here's, and then they gave two links, one for the old ones and then one for the new ones. And so, you can archive those and
Then
just
it
start over. And then
takes you back to that original,
it takes you back to that.
To that.
second one.
and then they can look at all the packet, see all the stuff that comes with it. And it's all there available. And then my minutes will be there too, where all they gotta do, they can read my minutes and all the attachments are there.
But I'm not sure about making notes on it.
So
With
you,
these iPads anyway.
usually, if yours isn't like the Apple Pencil compatible, you can usually take, I don't have one on me, but you know that a lot of people make those pens that have the little tip where you can do your phone and all that
So
stuff.
we can edit PDF. and
Yeah,
put it out
you
there.
can-
Oh,
Like I use markup, like right now, that's what I'm using is just markup
mhm.
and doing it that way. And it works well, but like I said, I don't know, I looked at Misty's just now, but it's kind of a different PDF because it's through the town cloud.
Right.
So I don't know if markup's available.
Well, you, in there, on that page, let's see.
Then you click on the.
You can click on the PDF, agenda
Yeah, you can
PDF.
go on the other one, and then you can edit and do all of the notes on there if I have a stylus pen.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And usually like when you, like with WTC, when I go to their board meetings, if I screenshot their agenda, it'll PDF the whole thing. And so then I can just scroll through and make my notes as I go. But the only thing is if it's a really long one, when you try to pull it up on a computer or something, it's like this thin and that long. And it's, yeah, it gets real weird real quick.
Also on this one, it has it'll detect if you're using a phone. So you can download it onto your phone and look at it that way. And it's formatted for the phones.
Okay.
And so you're saying this will be available to the public and this, so I'll be able to do this as well. And then I'll have all your line item transfer PDFs and all that jazz on there. Okay.
It'll look, that looks like our website, but this is Town Cloud's website.
Okay.
But it'll link to that and then you'll have all the
That's
agendas and all the
amazing.
packets.
I love not walking out of here with a stack of papers.
So this is just
Unless there's days like this where we get stuff
The handouts.
that's.
the price of it, 1,100 a year, 11,400.
Yeah, so there's two contracts, or two quotes. I say contracts, there's two quotes. One is for 1 year, and you get a 5% discount, it's $11.40. There is a 3-year, and it is $3,060. So, and that's got a 15% discount. One thing about this though, there are 3 admins, and that would be myself, Cynthia, and Melody. Because if Cynthia's out, then I build it, and Melody has to do the minutes. All of these documents are public. If we go into executive session, it's 2 options, either paper or we get all of y'all to log in to where we have private. Only the court could see. That is $10 a month for each one, so it'd be $40 a month total of $480 a year. For the 1 year, it'd be $1,620. For 3 year, you're looking at $35.20. If we went with the 3 year.
Sounds like to me, 3 years is the best deal,
It is, yes, sir.
financially speaking.
Financially, yes, sir. Yes, sir. There were some issues that Mike, as the county attorney, had with the agreement. He had a question about the fees, if the fees go up, and I did ask about that. They said that their fees haven't gone up in 6 years. Doesn't mean they won't go up, but if they do go up, they will give us plenty of notice. there's a 30-day out. It's not a contract, it's an agreement. And then the other issue that Mike had with it is that, of course, he has a problem with any indemnification, and way around that one is within, as allowed by law, is what he normally puts in there. The other issue was, what was it? I just had it. The court in Colorado, if there was ever a suit of any kind, it would be a court in Colorado and not in Texas, according to theirs. So, when I talked to him about that, he said all of the ones that they have agreements with in Texas, all have Colorado on them. So there's that. This one, I got kind of, not a quote, but a general price from another one. It was $11,000 a year. This one makes more sense to me.
I think it's just too,
It's reasonable.
well, we get a lawsuit and vacation in Colorado.
Yeah, and we'd have to hire a Colorado attorney.
Oh. Well,
Will they concede or not?
I don't think so. I don't think they will.
We're gonna have to talk to these Texas people about who they allow to make their contracts, and what they put in.
And you can go to the Town Cloud page. Where is it? And it's got, at the very bottom, you can link to where they show.
Is there an out clause?
Yes. Yeah, there's a 30-day out clause.
So really, I mean, what can they do to us?
Right.
For that kind of money a year?
Right.
I don't see the problem.
Just give 30-day notice and stop.
Right.
Don't use it.
Yeah, if we can't reconcile. Is there arbitration or before going to court?
Rights and restrictions, end user accounts, customer data, support, fees and payments, terms and termination. Each subscription has a term of 30 days and will be automatically renewed for successive 30-day periods. Customer may terminate the agreement by giving written notice to Town Cloud. Ownership, confidentiality, warranties and disclaimers, limitation of liability, indemnity, and then general information, but I don't see arbitration. But then it may be. This agreement will be governed and construed in accordance with the laws of the state of Colorado. Any action or proceeding arising from or relating to this agreement shall be brought in federal or state court in Denver, Colorado. So, but with 30-day out.
Yeah, no big deal.
so two concerns that Mike had.
Were the indemnification and the court being Denver, Colorado.
Well, sounds like to me we can't do anything about the court.
No.
And
This one, and its own expense, any claim or action brought by a third party against Town Cloud. To the extent the claim or action arises from or is related to customers' use of the services in any manner that breaches or violates the terms of this agreement.
So, talk to some of the counties that has this.
I have actually,
Well, you can talk.
that's on the, public. But I have talked to one county, that uses, I put out there who's using what. And, Mason County uses it and they absolutely love it.
Oh, 30-day out.
Do you pay for the month?
You can
Or
pay
is
by
it
the
annual?
month or pay by the year.
And is it the same
Yeah.
cost? Not an interest or a fee for paying for the month?
I think if you pay by the year, if you pay per year, you get a 5% discount. If you pay by the month, you're paying, the full.
With 30-day out, you do it for 9 months, and they give you the 3 months back. Does it say anything about reimbursement?
Yeah, it does.
So, I mean, it should be.
So you said if we do 3 years,
Right, it's,
15% discount.
yes, sir. $3,060 is the total one. And this is. This would, I would think this would come out of Commissioner's Court. There is some in biddings and notices. 3223 still there. However, some things have not come out yet. The latest fuel, oil, and gas has not come out. If we did 1 year, it would be, and included the logins for y'all, it would be 2010. And that was with 1,200 in that 15 notice.
That's between a little 4%.
Commissioner's Court.
Commissioner's Court, yeah.
What's on there?
Yes, yes. Because we don't have any capital outlay, or we could do it, I hate to do it through 409 because it's very specifically a Commissioner's Court tax. Any thoughts on that, Andrew?
It would not look good. It needs to go under Commissioner's Court because it's specifically for court purposes.
Well, if we do it 1 year at a time, we don't have to find the money.
Right.
Since we have it,
Right.
and since there's no interest.
And that'll give us the year to figure out whether we want to like it or do like it, and then we can budget for that for the next year if we want to do it 3 years.
If you do it 1 year now and then you decide that, oh, it looks good, we like it, can you do 3 years then?
Yes, ma'am.
After the 1 year,
After the 1 year.
So then you, during the budget process, you can potentially go ahead and budget for the 3 year, with the hopes that it works out well. If it doesn't, it's still in the budget and
Right.
it can go towards another software service.
right. I don't have an issue with it. Do it 1 year, and then if we do like it, we go 3.
You want to do it with the logins for y'all, so if we have, documents in executive, y'all can look at those.
Unless you're gonna print them.
Trying to get away from that.
I know. I know.
Thank you.
Is that your motion?
Yes,
I'll second.
All in favor?
What was the price on it?
Price, 1 year,
36.
1140 plus 480, so it's not 2,000. It's
No. Be what? 1620 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was, 1620. Yeah, I'll have that right there, It's been a long week already. All right, approval of treasurer's monthly report for April 2024.
Do you have any questions?
We'll do personnel report also.
Next month, the personnel report will be more. We have all the pool people, so.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Then I make a motion, we approve the treasurer's monthly report and the treasurer's monthly personnel report.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Discussion, consider approval of auditors April 2024 monthly financial report. And if you click on that link, it takes you straight to the auditor's page.
It's right
And
there.
that's
I'm
what-
good with
that's
that.
Here's a paper copy. If anybody would like one.
It's a picture.
There's your paper copy.
Sean.
You prefer paperweight?
That's a, sure is a little bit better than it used to be.
Yeah. No, I got it right here on mine, I'll stick it.
Then I make the motion, we approve the county auditor's April 2024 monthly financial report.
All in favor? All right. Line item transfers and budget amendments.
Okay.
Thank you.
Somebody please have some sign.
Are they in order as we go here?
No. Something how work class, so you have to put them in department order. So the line item transfers, I don't know what order y'all have them on there. I think I put them in the same order on my paper. Is their first one, probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I put them out of numerical order so it can match. But it's adult probation, capital outlay, 5,000 plus, it's $100 out of his other equipment. He was it's not adult, it's juvenile. He was able to find another vehicle to finally replace the one that got totaled from the other car T-boning him. So this is just the difference of what they had to pay from what TAC gave them. Or didn't give them, but in the insurance claim. Second one is the DA office supplies $700 and postage $50 out of investigative expense, total of $750. And the last one is the library, and it's the TLA Conference Hotel, $600, and it's out of the travel. And it was the hotel stay for the TLA conference. And then budget amendment, there is one budget amendment for precinct to road material and construction, $234,000. Text that finish road grant.
So we'll make a motion to approve the line item transfers and budget amendments as presented.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. How about accounts payable?
Okay, account payable is $1,004,075.84.
So I make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
All right, all in favor? All right, we will be adjourned.
How did you leave executive session in there?
It's if we ever need one.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
there.
it's just kind of there.
Well, I was on the school board, we left it on there.
Just today. That's good.
They did good, pretty good personnel.